Hello everyone, it's Miss Kathy here at Sturgis Public Library, and it is Wednesday, July 14th, so we are here to do our craft. And since we're on week 7, we are visiting the continent of Antarctica. So let me show you, I have the globe here with me today. It's our last continent to find. Let's review some of the continents we've been at. We started our first week with North America, and then the second week we did South America, and then we moved around the globe to Australia before we went back to Africa. We did the continent of Africa, and then we did the continent of Europe, right up in here, right in this area. And then we did China. Well, yeah, we did China. We did the Asian continent. We did the continent of Asia and animals from Asia. So let me see. I need to go back and count them. Where are we? North America was 1. South America was 2. Australia was 3. Africa was 4. Europe was 5. Asia was 6. So now for our 7th continent, we're not going to the North Pole, we're going to the bottom of the globe. We're going south to find Antarctica. There it is. Now you might have heard of Santa living at the North Pole with the reindeer. Here's the opposite side, the South Pole. Reindeer do not live in the South Pole. Reindeer do not live in Antarctica, but whales and seals and penguins live there. So today we're doing some penguin crafts. Since we've done all 7 of the continents now, I can put my globe back in its stand and I can move it back out to the shelves. So if you want to come in and look at the globe, take a look at all those, see if you can find all those continents. Where am I going to put it? Right there. I'll have the globe back out on the shelves. You can come take a look at it. So today I said we're going to do some penguin crafts. Here's the grab and go bag. It's in this nice little book bag that says I love books. And we have 2 penguins to make. You're going to make the Popup Penguin. He's got a fun little inside. And you're going to make a puppet penguin. So let's grab our things out of the bag. Okay. I'll move my bag aside. You're going to have a baggie. It's a pretty big baggie for just a few things in it. Inside your baggie are a white plastic spoon to do the penguin puppet with. We'll be using it to make the penguin puppet. And then I'm not going to take them out yet because we're not going to do them yet. But there are 2 little Google eyes in there. I don't know if you can see them. 2 little Google eyes. They go on the Popup penguin, this penguin. So I don't need them yet. I'm going to set them aside. Set aside my other penguin because our instructions show us the first penguin. The penguin that is the puppet. So inside your bag you also have the coloring sheet. I'm going to show you what else is in the bag just so I can get all the bag things out of the way. So we have the coloring sheet for the penguin puppet. You have the coloring sheet for the Popup penguin that we're going to do next. You have another sheet, plain white piece of paper. But you'll notice there are 4 creases on it, or there's 3 lines on there to make 4 pieces of paper that we need for our second craft. So let me put that over there. Then there's a fun penguin experiment. How do penguins stay dry? Penguins don't get wet in the water. How do they stay dry? This was a fun experiment I found on Teachers Pay Teachers. And you'll need to color this penguin. Follow the instructions when you color it because it's very important to follow the instructions. Then you're going to see. You will spray your penguin with water and see. Does the water go into the penguin or does it roll right off? If you do the experiment right, he's not going to get wet. Okay, put that with the bag. Then there's a fun roll and draw a penguin. There are 2 of them on there. If you have a die at home, you and a friend can take turns rolling the dice, and then depending what number comes up, whether you draw the eyes, whether you have to roll again, whether you draw arms, feet, a belly, or a nose. Kind of a fun little way to see who can get their penguin drawn first. On the other side, I showed you already the seal page, didn't I? With all the different seal puzzles and information. There is another penguin. This time, if you are learning how to, just beginning to learn how to write, and you need to practice being able to draw, on these penguins, you probably can't see it very well, but there's dotted lines. You want to put your crayon, your marker, your pencil, whatever you're using, right on that dotted line and follow it so the penguin can get to the fish. This one has lots of mountains and valleys. Just use your pen, whatever, your paper, your pencil, your crayon, a marker, colored pencil, and follow the lines. There's one side, there's more lines on the other side. There's a second sheet with even more wavy lines. Here's one with some kind of straight or curved lines. You can practice getting the fish, getting the penguin to the fish. And then there's a whole book about, or a whole book, there's a whole page that you can make a book about, My Whale Book. And it says you could read about whales. We have lots of whale books at the library. You could go online and look them up. You can look it up on the World Book Encyclopedia. It says what I've always known about whales. Right down there, what do you already know about whales? And then it's what I want to know about whales. What don't you know that you'd like to know about whales? And then on the last page, what I've learned about whales. After you've done all your reading and your research, then you can write down the new things you've learned about whales. Fold it up and you have a whale, My Whale Book, with all your whale facts in it. Lots of fun. And then there is a mystery picture. I love doing these things. This is a graph. Across the top, it's got the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. And then along the side, it's got the numbers 1 all the way down to, I gotta get my glasses on, 1 to 20. Now, it's kind of hard. If you don't, this would be A1, B1, C1, D1. So way in the middle here, what would that be? That would be square G8. If you can't quite figure it out on the other side, I have the ones with the letters and numbers. You can color either side. I wouldn't want the numbers and letters to show through, so that's why I would use this side, but if you want to use this side, you certainly can. And then here is your code. You're going to use the colors orange, blue, and black. And right here it says BK is black, so my first line says BK. I want to find B11 on my worksheet. So here is B11. There it is with the numbered, or you can figure it out on the other side. You're going to color that square in black. Then the next one says H3. So I come up here, here's my letter H. There's H3. I'm going to color that in black. Follow the code and see what your mystery picture ends up being. Since it's Antarctic animals, you know it could either be a penguin or a whale or a seal. Or maybe it's a wandering albatross. Maybe it's the bird. Those are all the fun activities that are in the bag. But now, let's go back to get ready to make our penguin puppet. So the instructions say, you will need a plastic spoon, the penguin picture to color and cut out. You'll need scissors, tape, and glue. Well, I have my plastic spoon. I have my penguin picture to color and cut out. Well, you probably need some colors if you're going to color it. Markers, crayons, colored pencils. If you want to paint it, you can. I'm going to use crayons. I have my scissors. I have some tape. And I have a glue stick. So I have all my pieces here. It says, color your penguin, cut out your penguin. Cut a small slit near the bottom center of the penguin picture for the handle of the plastic spoon to fit through. Then slide the plastic spoon into the slit on the body with the bottom of the spoon facing forward. The rounded bump of the spoon becomes the penguin's white belly. Glue or tape the spoon to the penguin. So, there it is. Pretty simple to do. I am going to, maybe I don't want a black or white penguin. Maybe I want to be really different. And I want my penguin, oh, I can't do it. I have to do a black and white penguin. So I'm going to start out, actually, I'm going to start out with my orange because I'm going to color in my penguin's beak and his feet. And I'm going to make those orange. So I'm going to color right inside those lines. There's the beak. There's one foot. Let me try to be careful today and color in my lines and not do any messy coloring. There's my foot. Okay, so I have those two colors on my penguin. I'm going to give him, let's see. Let's give him, oh, here's a blue. I'm gonna give him a blue eyeball inside there. So I'm gonna put one eyeball there. One eyeball there. Do you see his fun eyes now? He's peeking at you. He's got his eyeballs. Now I'm just gonna color the rest of him black. Oh, guess what? I'm not gonna color in black. I did not pick up the black crayon. Let me show you what color crayon I picked up. It actually is brown. That's okay. I could do a brown penguin. Some baby penguins, when they are born, they are fuzzy brown. So it's okay. If I have to do a penguin real, here he is. And then I just color him in. And like I said, today I'm trying to stay in the lines coloring. I'm not doing messy coloring. I'm gonna stay inside my lines. Even though I'm gonna cut him out, I wanna practice staying in my lines. So there he is. And I colored his whole tummy. I colored all of it. Now I'm gonna color one flipper wing. And I'm gonna color the other flipper wing. You do not have to color him that fast. You can take your time. And like I said, you don't even have to make him black or brown. You can make him, maybe you want purple. Maybe you want a rainbow penguin. Maybe you want your favorite color. If your favorite color is purple, you could do a purple penguin. Now that I have it colored, it is time to cut him out. So I am going to cut very carefully along my lines. One thing I've learned in crafting is instead of moving your scissors, you want to open and close your scissors, but to stay on the lines, you want to move your paper. So I'm going to try that. Make sure I'm moving my paper and not just moving my scissors. Maybe you want to try that too. See how that helps when you want to stay on the lines. Because sometimes I get in a hurry and then it doesn't look right when I'm trying to cut it on the lines. He's almost done. I'm over halfway there. Here's one flipper. Oop, I don't want to get in a hurry and make a mess. Moving my paper around, around, around. There he is. There's my little penguin. Now you may notice right there down on the bottom, I put a line. That's where I want to cut the slit to put in my spoon. So here's a fun trick I like. I am going to fold it. I'm gonna fold my penguin, and then I don't have to cut very much. I just need to cut just like that, and I have my slit. I didn't have to try to poke my scissors through there. I fold the paper, and then I can just cut that little slit. And now, this part, the underside part of my spoon, is going to make the penguin's tummy. So I'm gonna slide my spoon right in there in the slit. Maybe. And pull it through. And there it is. My penguin has his tummy. He's perfect. You know what? If you want to leave it just like that, it will work. If you want to hold it, you could try to put some glue on there, or another thing I did was took my tape and on the back, I just put some tape on one foot, on my spoon, and tape over to the other foot. And now he's not gonna fall. He might go this way, but he's not gonna fall off. And there's your penguin. I have one penguin, two penguins. Now that you know how to do it, you could make more penguins. You could make all the penguins you want at your house, but you could have two little penguins. Would they be sitting on a hill? One named Jack, one named Jill. Fly away, Jack. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack. Come back, Jill. Or on your paper, I put a song. It's to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. Let's use my penguin I just made. I know a little penguin who sat on some blocks. He swam in the ocean and he climbed on some rocks. He snapped at a seagull, he snapped at a seal, he snapped at a fish. What a meal. You can have your very own penguin puppet to do more songs with. Or maybe you can do that hide and seek game. Where's the penguin hiding at? You hide him somewhere, they have to find him. Then when whoever finds him, they get to hide him and you have to try to find where's your penguin. Have some fun with your penguin. Now, we're going to do our next penguin craft. Let me move that one over. Let me move that. Move this stuff out of my way. Garbage. I can throw it away. Because now I need my two little wiggle eyes. Make sure I have them out here. Because we're going to make our pop-up penguin. So I need my penguin pieces to color and cut out. I need my paper that will make my accordion. And here are the instructions on the back. This came from the kidscraftroom.com. So if you wanted to go online and look it up to see how they did theirs, you can. It says we need the printable pop-up penguin craft template. Well, that's this guy. If you wanted to cut these out and put it on sturdy or cardstock, or you didn't want to color them, but you wanted to put them on colored paper, it says if you have cardstock, you would need black, orange, and white. But I don't need that because I'm just going to color mine. You need some glue and some scissors, and optional are the wiggle eyes. Okay, the instructions say, start by printing and cutting out the 2-page penguin craft template. I have to be honest, you had to purchase the template, and I'm cheap. I wasn't going to purchase it. So I drew my own penguin. I kind of copied what they had, but I drew my own, so it's not exactly to the specification of theirs. This is my drawing. Either trace around the template pieces onto colored cardstock or color them in. If you are coloring them in, the black body and wing pieces need coloring on both sides. I did not color my penguin on both sides. I just colored him on one side when I put them together, but I can see now where you would want to do it on two. Then carefully cut them out. The orange beak and feet, the black body and wings, and a white tummy. The white tummy is the accordion fold. 3, glue the feet to the bottom of the body. Glue a wing on either side of the body just below the head. Tilt the wings slightly upward. 4, to make the penguin's bouncy pop-up tummy, take the 4 strips of white paper and glue the pairs of them together to make 2 long strips. Then you're going to glue the ends of the 2 long strips perpendicular to each other. Take turns folding the strips over on top of each other. It makes a double accordion fold. 7, keep folding until your white strips are all used up. Glue the ends together and trim off any excess. 8, glue the penguin's bouncy accordion tummy onto its feet. Let it overlap onto the body a little. 9, curl the body up and over the top of the white tummy. Glue it into place at the top, letting the head hang forward and down. 10, finish off your pop-up penguin craft's face by gluing on paper or Google eyes and the orange beak. 11, if you want to, you can add a finishing touch by gently curling the end of the penguin's flippers around a pen or pencil. Now your pop-up penguin craft is ready for playing with. Just push down on the top to squash the accordion folded tummy and watch it bounce back upright again. Okay, those are our instructions. So I'm going to start with coloring my pieces. Let's see if I can actually find a black in here this time. Is this one black? Nope, that one's blue. I have a thing about having a black penguin. There's black. I have this leftover crayon box here. There's black. This time, I'm not gonna worry about coloring in the lines, actually. Since I have a lot to color, I'm gonna do messy coloring. And I'm just gonna take this little piece of a black crayon and I'm going to put it on its side because that will help me color fast. Look at that. Just like that, I got that wing colored in. There's one wing flipper. Here comes my other wing flipper. Now, it's not very dark black like it would be if I was coloring this way, but it works for me. Now I have to do the penguin's body. So here I go, putting down my flat crayon. And I'm just going to do my messy coloring. I don't care if I go out of the lines because I'm cutting it off. But I do want to color the whole penguin. And like I said, I'm doing it this way just for time because it goes faster. Now the instructions say you'll want to color the back side of your penguin's wings and body. I am going to do that. And since I've already colored one side, I'm going to make sure I have another paper underneath of it. I can kind of see the outline, so I can kind of see where my body and my wings are at. Since there's already color on the other side, it will transfer onto that paper. So I want to make sure I have it covered because I don't want to be cleaning up crayon off of my table. Now, even though I don't have the pattern there, I could see through where the wing is at. So now I'm going to come over here and do this one. Okay, so even though I don't have the lines, I can tell where it was at. I can see where my body is at. So here we go, penguin. Oops. I'm going to get up here. So I get his head. Here's his body. Come down here where the wings are going to go on it, or the feet are going to go on it, not the wings. The wings are going to go on this side. Just like that. Okay. Now watch. When I pull this off, oh, I didn't do it too bad, but you can see some of the black from my other side is on the paper. Cover your surface unless you don't care about cleaning it up. All right, I'm gonna do my beak and my feet orange. Here's the orange right here. And I only have to color the top side of them. I don't have to color the bottom. And once again, because I wanna be quick on time, I'm going to do the messy coloring. I'm gonna color outside the lines on this one. Because there's nothing more boring than watching me color, right? Unless you're coloring along with me. Okay, I have all my coloring done. Now I need to start cutting out my pieces. So I'm gonna cut out the bottom where the feet are gonna go on my penguin. I like that it's short, straight lines. I'm not having to do a lot of curvy cutting. And you might notice I'm going fast, so I'm not being very careful with how I cut this, because watching me cut is also boring. Okay, there's my penguin. He's colored on both sides. He's ready. Now I'm gonna do a flipper. One wing. I should look it up and find out for sure. Are they called flippers or are they called wings? Do you know? Do you already know about the penguin? Could you tell me if it's a flipper or a wing? Okay, there's one done. Let's come to my next one. Now, if I really wanted my penguin to look like he's dressed up in his tuxedo, black and white, I would take my time with the coloring and make sure I made it darker than what this is. Okay, here's my beak. I don't want to be cutting around with all that paper, so I'm just going to cut off the small piece. I'd rather work with a small piece of paper than a big one. When I'm cutting this little piece, that's the beak. Here we go. I'm going to set that aside. Now I just have the feet left to cut. See, I'm going fast. I'm not trying to be careful. And that's when I don't do my best cutting. I want to be careful and move my paper instead of moving my scissors. I'll get a better cut. It's kind of fun to learn all those little tricks that other people have learned. Okay, get all my scraps out of the way. So I have my flippers, I have my feet, I have my beak, and I have my penguin. Now what I need is the tummy. And like I said, you'll see that I have these folded so I could get 4 even pieces. Now I'm just gonna cut them out on those fold lines. So here's one. If you wanna use a ruler or a pencil or something and draw the lines in so you can see them, you can. I am just gonna follow the creases on my paper that I made. But if you want to practice straight lines and cutting straight lines, I would recommend getting a ruler and a pencil and drawing them out. Okay. So now I have 4 long strips of paper. And I only need 2 of them to do the accordion. So what I'm going to do is glue these 2 together. I'm gonna put some glue. I'm gonna cover up my surface because I don't want glue all over my table. Put some glue on that end, and I'm gonna put this one right over top of it. So now I have 1 long strip of paper. I need 2 long strips of paper, so I'm gonna do the same thing with these other 2. I'm gonna put glue right here on the end of one of them, and I glued it to my bag. I'm gonna glue the other end right to it. I don't need to go that far. And there's my second piece of long paper. It says I'm going to, what was the words? Glue the ends of the 2 long strips perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular means I'm gonna lay this one this way. Let's move this out of the way. So I have this one going this way. I'm going to lay this one on top of the other corner like this. So I'm making the corner. You see my angle? I'm making the corner. So what I need to do is put some glue on this end. Got my glue right there on the end. And I'm gonna glue this one right over top of that end. And there. I have my corner. Now we get to start folding. This is easy. I'm just going to take this side, fold it over. I'm gonna butt it right up to where that other one meets. And I'm gonna fold it over. Now instead of it being on this side, it's on this side. I'm going to take this one and do the same thing. I'm going to come down. And now I'm going the opposite direction. So I take this one again and I fold it over. And then to make it easier on me, I'm going to move it. I'm going to take this one, fold it over. This one, I'm going to try to keep them even. Fold it over. This one, fold it over. So I'm always keeping it folding in on top of itself. So this one's going to fold in this way. Whoops, I'm a little bit crooked. And this one's going to fold in this way. And then this one's going to fold in on top. I've got to put them back down on the table or they're not going to be straight. That one folds back over on top. Fold over on top. Fold over on top. I'm going too fast, so I'm getting messy again. It's not being straight. And I think I want to make sure I have it as straight as I possibly can. So if you're doing this at home, go slower. Okay, fold it over. Fold it over. And you know what? I can't make complete folds anymore, so I'm just going to cut this little part off. And I'm going to cut this little part off. And there we go. There is our double accordion fold. I don't want this to come apart, so I am going to put some glue right on this side. And glue it down so it will stay. There it is. Now, let's get my instructions back. Glue the feet to the bottom of the body. Okay, since he's colored on both sides, it really doesn't matter which side I use. But I'm going to put glue on this bottom. I want to put a lot of glue because I found out crayon doesn't stick so well with glue. So I've got my glue down there. Now I want to glue my feet onto the bottom. Actually, I'm going to come up a little bit. There. I got his feet on. Now I need to glue on my wings. And I want my wings to be glued on. Do I want them on the same side? No, I want them on the opposite side. If my feet are on this side, I'm going to glue my wings on this side. So I'm going to put some glue over here and some glue over here. So I've just put glue. I want to put my wings close to where the head is at. So I put my glue on there. And I'm going to glue. Whoops. I think you look better on this side. I'm going to glue this wing on. And I'm going to glue this wing on. So now I've glued my wings on one side and my feet on the other side. Is that what I wanted to do? That's not what I wanted to do. I did it wrong. I wanted my wings to be on the same side as my feet. Okay, take it off. Let me think about that. Yep, I did do it wrong. I wanted them to be on the same side. So let's just redo my wings. Glue that wing on. Oops, now I don't have him. Now I got my wings all messed up. There we go. Now I have them. Glue your wings on the same side as you glue your feet. Now I'm going to keep my beak off to the side because now is where I want to take my white penguin belly and I'm going to glue it onto the feet and the body right down here. So I'm just going to put glue on one side of my accordion folds. Turn up my glue stick here. So I've got glue all over that side. And I'm just gonna take it. It says glue the ends, take turns folding, glue. Glue the penguin's bouncy accordion tummy onto its feet. Let it overlap onto the body. So here's my feet and the body. So there it is. That white is partially on my feet and it's partially on my body. And look, his little tummy is wiggling. There it is. Now it says to glue the penguin's bouncy accordion tummy onto its feet. Curl the body up and over the top of the white tummy. So I'm going to take him and curl him right over top. And I want his head and his body. I don't want to glue his head right to the accordion because this is his tummy and his tummy is not on his head. So I want to make sure I bring it over. So what I'm going to do is put some more glue on this accordion part of the tummy. So I've got my glue on there. Bring this over. I'm going to curl it around, make sure the head goes over. Stick it on there. Look! There he is. There's his feet. There's his tummy. There's his head. But guess what? We're going to glue his, now that we know where his head is at, we're going to glue his beak onto his head. So I need to put some glue on the beak. I'm going to do it over my instruction sheet so I don't get glue all over the table. So I'm going to glue that beak on. Just like that. You see it? And now I need my wiggle eyes, my Google eyes. Now it's time to get them out of the bag. Okay, I have 2 eyes in there. I don't want to lose them. So I'm going to glue his eyeballs on above his beak. So I'm going to take one eyeball. My favorite way to put them on is to rub the eyeball over the glue. So I know I've got glue on there. Stick on one eyeball. Get my other eyeball. Rub it over the glue. Whoops. Get glue all over your fingers. Rub it all over the glue. Put the other eyeball on. And there is my bouncy pop-up penguin. Now it says you can curl up his wings if you'd like to. So I'm just going to take a color crayon. I'm going to put it at the end of the wing and I'm going to curl it around the crayon. And he's got a curved up wing. And I'm going to do it the same thing on this side. Go to the end, just wrap it around the crayon a little bit, pull it off, and he's got his curled up wings. There he is, your pop-up penguin. I'm going to bend his head down a lot, so you can see his head. Oh, you know what? That makes him top heavy. We don't want to do that. Let's bend it back up a little bit. And there is your penguin. You have your pop-up penguin, and you have, oops, I want my brown one. You have your penguin puppet. Now you have 2 fun new penguin friends to play with. Thank you so much for joining me. It took just a little more than a half an hour. Thank you so much for joining me to make our Antarctic penguins and have our last craft for week number 7. And I have a little announcement to tell you. This is my last craft Facebook video with you as children's librarian. This fall, I am moving into a new position in the library. I will be working at the circulation desk. I'll be the one you come up to check your books out. And Miss Sierra, you know Sierra from the library here. If you've been in the library, you've seen Sierra. Sierra is going to become the new children's librarian. And she is so excited, getting ready, making plans for so many fun things to do with you. I can't wait for you to come in and do fun stories and crafts and activities with Sierra. I've had a great time. I've been children's librarian for 21 years, and I've loved every minute of it. And I'm going to miss being able to do things with you, but I'm so looking forward to being able to help you check out your books and take care of you at the front desk. Again, thank you for joining me. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Watch out for any rainstorms that come along today. Have a great day.